Hey, what is up everyone? This is PvT-Mitten's and today I'm going to be giving you another review, this time on Everybody Has Gone to the Rapture. Or as I like to call it, everyone has gone to sleep. Because I fell asleep playing this game. Anyway, this game is a walking simulator. As you can see throughout the entire clip, I'm just going to be walking. Yes, you get to press X to interact with a few things like a door, a mobile phone, a phone booth, that kind of crap. But Duke Nukem did this back in 1996. I mean, come on. Also, the orb that you see on screen now is your waypoint. Sometimes this thing has a mind of its own and it starts taking you around in fucking circles and you're just like, what are you, Ryan Airways? At least know where you're going. Also, as you can see on screen, the 6 axes. Now, lucky enough it worked there for me pretty well. But I've always stated that the PS3 has had better 6 axes than the PS4. And this game proves that point for me. This game, sometimes you're struggling and you're fighting with the controller when it comes to that kind of situation. Where on the PS3, I wasn't doing this with a lot of games. I mean, some did, but most of them, you did not have this issue. But, as you can see, interacting, as I stated. Also, this game, as I stated, was boring as shit. I did this game in an hour and 10 minutes, and it was some of the most boring hour and 10 minutes I've played in a video game. It's ridiculous. And I'm going to get to the good points soon, don't worry. Also, the game has stuttering issues, a bit of frame rate here and there. I've had the game crash on me, which, why a walking sim crashes, I do not know. I mean, the other walking sims I've played on PS4, excuse me, the other walking sims I've played on PS4 haven't had this issue. I've never had them crash for me. Also, there's a bit of texture pop-ins here and there, but they're not too much noticeable. And also, you'll see later on the shadows, which are hilarious when they... Yeah, I'll show you later and you'll laugh. But, the final thing I do not like about this game is the story. Well, I'd be lying if I said that actually. The story itself is really good, very intriguing, and it keeps you hooked until the end. I'm not going to spoil anything, but the ending is a letdown. It's like Mass Effect 3 where the whole game is great, but it just lets you down at the end. Another thing I don't like is the map. As you can see, it tells me where I am. I don't like it because of the fact that you can't access the map unless you find them on the side of the road or in buildings and that there. I would have at least liked her to actually carry a map with her, and if you press a button she looks at the map and it tells you, where the closest, thing is to you, like, point of interest. But, yeah, now let's actually get to some good stuff. The sound design for the voice acting is pretty damn impressive. I mean, it's really, really thought out, and they did take their time with it. The music in this game is probably the best thing about the game. It is utterly... It starts off really, you're like, oh, this is a bit... But later on, some of the tracks are so good that you're like, wow, this is actually really impressive. But now we'll get to the graphics themselves. As I stated, the graphics have a bit of issues with the shadowing. As you can see, the graphics look phenomenal. This game is running off the CryEngine, which alone tells you it's going to look good. And for an indie developer to actually use this engine is pretty impressive. But there's the shadow effects I was telling you about. They look like PS2 shadow effects. I mean, look at that. That's just stellar. But the graphics are phenomenal, except for that part there. But it has a few pop-ins sometimes, but it's not too noticeable per se as it would be with a Bethesda game. As you can see, it's got decent lighting effects, and overall it's a good looking game. But this is what I would have liked to have... I'm not going to spoil anything for the story, of course, but what I would have liked to have seen for the story is you're a cop from the city. You get called out to the countryside because people are disappearing, but there's people still in the city, in the town, sorry, and you interview these people to see what's going on, like LA Noir stunt where not the facial recognition, God knows the indie developers couldn't afford that. What I mean is, you ask them questions, they answer, and later on, these people start disappearing, and you're wondering, well, what the fuck's going on? That would have been a really interesting story. That would have been really, really intriguing. But the story you actually get with this game, as I stated, the ending's shit. But it's really, it keeps you hooked, and it is very, you get really into it, and you're thinking, oh, I want to see what happens here for the old small story you get. But yeah, I mean, it's decent for what it is for an indie title, but it's not that, because it's a walking sim. They could have flushed out the story a bit more, and I've seen some of the reviews. Some people have been like, this won a BAFTA award. That is ridiculous. It does not deserve a BAFTA award, and IGN give this an 8.5, I think. An 8.5. And this is IGN we're talking about, 7.8, too much water. It's like Skyrim, but with guns. But, as you can see, the clouds are pretty decent as well. But the thing that lets this game down is it's boring. As I stated, it's essentially everyone's going to sleep. You just walk from here to there, and that's all you do. You stop, listen, walk. Stop, listen, walk. And that's all the game is. And it's like holding and reading a book while moving an analog stick. That's what, like, it should have come with a book. That's what it should have done. But overall, yes, it's free. I mean, look at the shadows there. Jesus Christ, they're horrendous. But anyway, the game's free on PlayStation Plus at the moment. That's why I'm actually playing it and reviewing it, because I would have no intention of buying this game otherwise. For anyone that's actually bought this game off Steam or PlayStation, I think Xbox has it as well, prior to the being free on PlayStation Plus, you have my condolences. You got ripped off. That's the best way of saying it. It's honestly, it is the most boring game I've played in a very long time. It could have been better. It wasn't. And for an indie title, I know a lot of people say, oh, but it's indie, you can't be too harsh on them. No, that's not fair on the actual AAA developers that do put some time into their games. But anyway, overall, I give the game a 6.5. Could have been better, but obviously it's just a walking sim with a pretty face. But yeah, that's it. Next couple of days I'll have Dead Rising's HD remake for the PS4 up, because there's a lot I want to say about that as well. But yeah, this is PvT-Mitten's. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know what you think of the game, or if you haven't played it, if you want to play it, any of that there. But yeah, overall, don't like it. But anyway, this is PvT-Mitten's. Hope you enjoyed. Take care, guys.